should be back. Um. Okay, it is back. Man, I love how now it has decided for me to change what I'm looking at. Come on, dum dum. There we go. All right. Gotta run another minute of ads real quick. No, that was not OBS. That was something else. I don't know what it was. Anyway, to what I was talking about earlier, another issue is parents not stepping up, but a main one also would be, I'm gonna sound like a boomer, but just giving phones to kids way too young is a terrible decision. Because that, you know, essentially giving a child the machine to rot their brains at an extremely young age. So, yeah, I sound like an old person, but I don't care. Don't give your 5-year-old a cell phone with unrestricted internet access. Like, there's a reason why Australia is banning everyone under the age of 16 from accessing social media. Some people are like, oh, that's dictatorial, that's insane. It's like, I'd rather have children that aren't stupid. Like, whenever I have kids, I don't care how much they complain. They're not getting a phone till they're in, like, middle or high school. I don't care if they're upset with it. Like, you're being able to function as a human and have actual skills is much more important.
Glad to see you're still you.
Medic, what's the damage?
Oh, I got the wrong one. You know, whatever.
We need to get them to a surgical station.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the quarry.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be, because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind. Now do what you need.
Alright. There's Arish. Hello, Arish, you've moved.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But
Let's
we are
call it
barely
a
holding
human
on here,
rhino.
boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people
I didn't
seem
have
familiar
social
with
media
death.
until I was like
The hits are
18.
everywhere. Most of the bureau is lost.
I didn't have a
We need
phone
Black
till
Rock
I
Prison
was
to make more HRAs for any survivors
16,
in the safe
maybe?
rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Black Rock lab.
so like
To recap, death, disaster, and...
I mean I
ruinous
turned out
destruction.
fine,
Another day at the FBC.
I think.
Well, Darling's lab is just past Black Rock process.
I hope.
I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the
I mean
hall.
I'm able to sit down and
News
read
is
a
that his
book, so
sponsor
I guess that's a
decided
plus
to
compared to how a lot of kids seem to be not able to read it.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. We are just trying
Man,
to
things are
walk there.
depressing.
Hiss.
You know what? No, we don't need to discuss this.
Salvador
Enough
would know what to do,
sad.
but apparently he took a security
Enough
team
sad.
to the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and well, no one's seen him since.
I think everyone should try
Hey,
to read a book this weekend,
got
actually.
you.
You know what? Yeah.
Our fearless leader.
They shouldn't
I'm
rely on
happy.
me. They don't know me.
Everyone, pick a book.
They don't know how I failed people.
You know, I can also get
You've
some
done a
fun
good job
stuff.
here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base and executive.
Once this is done.
You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster.
Even I've already talked
Getting
about
kinda
it,
used
but
to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
no, I didn't end the stream. It crashed. I'm not saying that.
You're fine. We'll push through this. The hiss are the ones doing the pushing back.
Yeah, see? Reading. Like, that's good. You know, you're sitting down, you're reading something. Also, I'm glad they like it. That's something good there. That's art. That's actually playing out a story. That's stopping and thinking. Like, you're actually making something. That's good. You're using your brain.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
That's a lot of dead agents. Holy crap. Oops. Too late now. Yeah, like, I mean... Sure. Yeah. I'd say for this weekend, you know, now I kind of want to start a
You
small
showed me the
book
HRA
club.
when I first got here. And the machine that makes them.
I will
Can
be
you
honest,
help
that
me
is
find a
beyond idiotic. Oh, it destroyed them.
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left. What the fuck?
Is it a vulture I spy? Oh! Goodness great. Oh! Hey, what are you? That actually might not be, you know, the worst idea, though. Get people reading.
Let's hurry up and find Darling's lab.
It's got to watch where it moves. I just forgot about that. So, you know what? Discord Book Club. People can sit down. They don't all have to pick the same book. Because let's be honest, everyone's at different reading levels. Everyone's going to have different interests. I'm not going to force everyone to read the same book. But I want people to be able to sit down and talk about what they're reading. Like, I personally, I still love to read. I just don't have the time like I used to. So, you know, I actually want to pause here and I want to talk about this. So, majority of my time for my books is actually listening to them at work. So I use Audible. I listen to a lot of audiobooks while working because I'm primarily working with my hands, disassembling server equipment. So I like to listen to books while I'm doing it. But that doesn't stop me from having a lot of books. I mean, I don't have a lot in my office right now. I gotta fix that. I mean, I got some back there. Let's see. Back there behind me right now I have Control Freak, which is Cliffy B's autobiography. Let's see, and 2 Harry Turtledove books. I know what series they are, I just don't remember the name. So yeah, Harry Turtledove, World War in the Balance, and World War Tilting the Balance. That's right. I actually don't have any physical Warhammer books. Well, no, technically that's a lie. I have 2 physical Warhammer books. The 8th edition rulebook, which is 7 years out of date, and the 8th edition Astra Militarum rulebook, which is 8 years out of date. No, sorry. 6 years out of date. Yeah, because I got the rulebook for 8th edition when I first started getting into Warhammer, and I didn't realize just how expensive Warhammer was while I was a college student. And, yeah. Don't start Warhammer when you're a college student. I've got a lot of Warhammer audiobooks. So let's see. Over on this bookshelf, which I have plenty of room for. Actually, I do have one book, 1776, from my grandfather. Oh, the illustrated edition of Aragon, the Halo Encyclopedia, let's see, America's National Parks, and that's just on that shelf that's barely got anything on it. It's mostly tools. Let's see. Batteries, tools, an Eagle Scout thing that I technically didn't win, and a few gun parts. That's that shelf. I gotta clean that up some. I gotta clean this whole office up. Anyway, I have a bookshelf right there behind that wall filled with tons of books. I've read every book on that shelf at least once. I have most of them as well on audiobook form because I don't have the time I used to read, unfortunately. Part of it also, this thing. I got ADHD. It's hard to turn off the screen. I'll fully admit it. Like, I have issues at times turning off that screen. But it's important, though, to remember, every now and then, just turn off the screen, do something else. Get outside. Like, that's what I do for Airsoft now. Also, we'll watch this. I'll grab a few of my books. I'm gonna refill this.
House
I need more
where
water.
under the right
I'll grab that.
conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where BlackRock comes from. Extra-dimensional matter. It has the unique property of blocking out a lot of frequencies. A good thing. It keeps things stable, contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the BlackRock line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily, the codes, BlackRock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again if you...
Well, that's fine if you're using me as background noise flipper. That's what Kong does a lot. It's fine. I mean, I use a lot of YouTube videos as background noise. Like, so one YouTuber I very much enjoy, I've talked about him a lot. Excuse me, Twitch? You're now okay, so there's a forced ad coming up in 2 minutes. I'm going to run an ad real quick on Twitch, see if I can stop that. Because I control the ads, not Twitch. Bite me, Twitch. Come on. Get dunked on, Twitch. Oh, no, never mind. It's still going to force it. Never mind. Twitch is still going to force an ad break. You know, since I got the time, though. Alright, for books, real quick. I just grabbed 2. So this, I've actually been only reading while on vacation. So I've had it for a full year and haven't finished it. But that's fine with me. Because honestly... So it's a Game of Thrones book. For the Game of Thrones books. Do not read those, Flipper. Do not read the Game of Thrones books, Flipper. wait 5 or 6 years. Don't read those. That's not a recommendation from me for you to read those. They're not okie dokie for youngins. Anyway, I'm okay with taking my time to read this because it has been 13 years since the last book, and there's no sign of when the next one will be coming out. To give you an idea of how absurd this wait is, so George R. R. Martin, the author, began writing these in the 90s. So I believe it was mid-90s we got the first one, A Game of Thrones. A few years later, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, Feast for Crows, and last one is A Dance with Dragons. No, it's not that Kong, they are extremely adult. So we all have our... Okay, this has just become me talking about books. Okay, good. But I'd say try things beyond graphic novels as well, but you'd probably enjoy the Walking Dead comics. Wait a few years on those. Because those are also rather adult. So... the Game of Thrones books, Alright, so yeah. We all have an idea of the Middle Ages in our head. I know we all do. That was both your ages at one point. You know, knights, princesses, kings, the whole shebang. The unfortunate reality is, whatever you're thinking in your head, it wasn't that. The Middle Ages were not what we see in media 99% of the time. It's not what you read in books. Because it's very clean in media and books. Like, the vast majority of it. It's very clean. Everyone's very nice. Everything's, for the most part, okie dokie. But, yeah. There's a reason why it's also called the Dark Ages. That's not the reason why. That's also me being wrong. I don't know why I said that. But, the Middle Ages were a very dark time period. Things were not okie dokie. There was not much happiness. There was not a lot of good things going on then. Those books are a much more accurate view of what it was like compared to something like, I don't know, Narnia. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's sick, everyone's dying, you're not eating... 90% of what you're eating is moldy and disgusting. Like, the Middle Ages were not a good time.
Other dimensions live in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry
Go away.
is one of the more stable thresholds.
Not now, Doctor.
Sector.
This should get us into the quarry. You heard that too, right? Black rock comes from a threshold. Quarry.
Okay,
So, the prisms
so...
must be there too.
That's right, you have seen movies at a much younger age. Yeah, that's right. I saw Aliens when I was around your age, and I won't lie, I was terrified for about a week after watching that.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels...
Okay, so...
right. Like how the world
Dead by
should
Daylight
be.
isn't that bad. Five Nights at
An
Freddy's...
infinite building leading to different dimensions, and
Okay,
I
Five Nights at
never
Freddy's,
wanna leave.
I don't...
Even with all the horror,
I don't consider Five Nights at Freddy much of a horror game. Like, yeah, it's scary, but that's because it relies on jump scare horror, which, in my opinion, is the cheapest form of horror. It's very easy to do jump scare horror because just loud noise and something leaping out at you with maybe a little bit of tension. Like, it's not hard to do jump scare horror. You need something more unnerving for good horror. Dead Space does jump scare horror, but Dead Space, like, it's fun. But anyway, I'm getting really off topic. The other book I grabbed, which is something I did read a bunch of when I was your age, Flipper, from an author who I very much love. He is now dead, unfortunately, named Clive Cussler. The book is Corsair. Very, very enjoyable book. He has a lot of series that he wrote. Like, there's a lot of books to his name. Like, a lot of books. And I've read basically all of them. When I first started really getting into them, I was in maybe 7th or 8th grade. I was just... These are like 400 or 500 page books. During that first summer when I found these, man, I was annihilating these. I could not put them down. I was just pounding book after book after book. I filled my backpack for school. Oh, the Callisto Protocol. Okay, so Dead Space is Callisto, but better. Oh, and the NRC. Right? Yeah, it's the NRC. Right, he's gone. Oh! God! Great sniper! Ah! Whoops. Dead Space is very good. It's one of my favorite horror series. I have been enjoying Resident Evil. Yeah, I just try to walk on tiptoes, though, around younger people, because I don't want to get accused of, you know, being a bad influence, because I'm trying to not... Like, hell, I'm trying not to be an influence at all. I don't consider myself the best of role models, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Oh, sorry, the NSC. So, let's see, can we see it? So, this is the reactor that runs the entire building. Kong, Mr. Rogers. I heard it was a book, and I didn't get a chance to read it before the movie, but I saw the movie did extremely well, so I want to read the book. So this is the reactor that runs the entire oldest house. Now let's take a look inside the reactor. Yep. The reactor is run by a human. Yeah, there is a guy inside of there. The previous director. Okay, so directors of the Bureau. Me, Jesse Faded. Before me, Zachariah Trench. Before him was Northmore. The NSC reactor. The Northmore sarcophagus container. The former director of the Bureau is locked in here, providing power to the entire building because his ability essentially is to turn himself into the Human Torch. So he is inside of there as a reactor. I'm looking forward to it now. I haven't had a book do that to me yet. I guess a few have gotten close, but I haven't had a book do that to me yet. But you see what I mean, though, Flipper? A good book can do wonders. And that's something that people are, like, forgetting or just choosing not to do. Like, a good book is a good thing for you. It's like, you know, what I'm going to do after this, after the stream, I'm going to shower, and then I'm going to sit in my bed, light a candle, and I'm going to read some more of Night Probe. I'm going to follow my own words and read tonight. It's been a little bit since I've read Night Probe. And I was working on that one last.
Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
But yeah, I will make a channel, though, in the Discord server. I'll just call it Book Club, and people can just talk about books they're reading. maybe post reviews. I don't know. I'm not sure about reviews, but let's. Crap. People can talk about though the things they are reading. Mr. Rogers is a very important man, Kong. Very nice gentleman. Outsiders. That's something I have not heard before. I don't have my phone with me to check. Yeah, the name doesn't ring any bells. Whoa, pal, jack upon you. Alright. I'm trying to remember what I had to read around your age. So you're what, 13 now, that would be what? Grade maybe. Not Hatchet. Man, I can't think of a book I read around that time period in school. So I can think of like the high school ones, like To Kill a Mockingbird, Fahrenheit 451. I've never done Cuphead. I've never played Cuphead. I've not tried that. Oh, don't I know it? Does the same with me. Yeah, I have that issue with autocorrect a lot. Pretty personally, what I've started doing, because I know it's gonna always hit me, is I actually type slower than I can. Even though I could type a lot faster and just, you know, I could get my stuff out sooner. I go just a little bit slower. Just so that way, it can't get me. Because I know otherwise autocorrect can get me. That's what I do with it. I'll see it kind of as a middle finger to it. To remove its ability to function. It's like, I'm removing your only purpose to exist. Is it stupid and petty? Yeah. There's no upside, it's just me being a child. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end when I get to the quarry. It's annoying the stream got split. But it is what it is. C'est la vie. You know, since we're already talking like life, stuff like that, something I think everyone should keep in mind. You can't always change everything in life. Sometimes things are just what they are. That's what it is, or c'est la vie. Can't change everything. Sometimes you just gotta accept stuff you don't like. Cleansing the control point. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, there it is, actually. There it is. Okay, that's also a valid response. That is also valid. That is valid. That's valid as well. You know, especially with how slow-brained I can be, where I just won't understand it when you time it right. That's just me being me. Be gone. Stop. I should have used them. Alright, so yeah, I am going to stop here. Oh, see you then, Flipper. Have a good night. The board does yearn for the mine. Yeah, I'm going to stop here for the night. Thanks to everyone that came by despite the difficulties we had with it. So, plan at the moment. At the moment. It's subject to change. There will be no stream Saturday. Oh, hold on. Okay. As honestly, there's going to be more of just people talking about books, but it should be good for everyone, though. Anyway, plan at the moment for the upcoming week. It is subject to change, but I don't think it will. No stream tomorrow, because it's Thursday, and I go to the gym after work on Thursdays. Friday night, I'm going to be doing the Division 1. There's still story stuff I have not touched in the Division. And I've got that bug in me to go back to New York. So I'm going to do a bunch of the Division 1. Get into Division 2. No stream Saturday at the moment, as I'm going out Christmas shopping. And fingers crossed, I can get the Gmod video finished. I'm very close. I did genuinely consider not streaming tonight so I could keep working on the video, but I'm glad I streamed. Then Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, it will be GTA stream, roughly 4 hours so far. It's me, Ave, and Isaac doing heists. The Division is a live service game set in New York City during a pandemic in 2016, where it essentially destroys the country. What a novel thing. A virus destroying the world. I miss when reality was not so horrifying. Anyway. So, that's the rough plan. Stream Friday night for the Division. Then, stream Sunday for GTA. Tomorrow, though, it is subject to change because it depends. Because I'm getting hit with a pretty bad winter storm tomorrow. If it's bad and I can't safely make it into work, I might stream during the day. Or I might take that time to work on the video. I don't know which yet. But don't count on it tomorrow. But Friday night and Sunday, locked in. Anyway. Thank you, Flipper. I enjoy making it. And I enjoy learning how to improve it. Because, my God, it's not the greatest at times. But I try my best. Anyway. I'm going to keep rambling if I don't end it. So, thank you all for coming tonight. Have a good night, everyone. Just take some time to read a book. Or just, I don't know, try to learn something new. Just do something. Do stuff. Anyway, until Friday, I wish you all good night.